Okay, U9, tangent lines. What a tangent line is, it's basically two things. A tangent line is always related to a circle or a curved part of a graph, and it means that it just touches right there and then starts bouncing off again. So it really looks like the green is on top of the purple, lots of different places, but it's really just touching at K. And it's touching K at a perpendicular or a right angle to J. So basically we're talking about right triangles. And so that's what a tangent line is. It just kind of touches it, but it keeps on going in a different direction. So what is JM? And here is JM. So if this is 3 and this is 4, and I've already told you that it's a right angle, I hope some of you guys can remember your Pythagorean triples. And the most common Pythagorean triple is the 3, 4, 5 triangle, where 5 is always the hypotenuse. But if you didn't recall it, and you did know that it was a right triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, your a is 3, your b is 4, and we didn't know our c. 9 plus 16 is 25. And then we take the square root of it, and then we get 5. But if you know your Pythagorean triples, then you could have already been finished a long, long time ago. And so that's talking about sides. But on this one, we have this line is tangent to that circle. And that means that it makes a 90-degree angle through right there, which means that that is 90. Now 58 is not length, just like the 4 and the 3 were lengths. 58 is not a length, it is an angle. So whenever we're talking about this, depending on what we're looking for, we're looking for this angle. We're looking for how big angle X is. And if we already know V is 58 and we know W is 90, and the only thing we're looking for is what X is, how are we going to find X? That's right. We're going to add 90 and 58, and I don't know what X is, but I do know that all three of them add up to be 180. So 148 plus X equals 180. Subtract the 148, and you get 32. Say M is tangent to circle J. What is the radius of the circle? Well, it looks like, the radius is 26, right? No, what is 26? 26 is that whole thing. So we need to know what the radius is. And the radius is KJ. And 10 and 26 are not angles like we just got finished doing. They are sides. And if that's the case, then we are going to have to deal with, that's right, the Pythagorean theorem. So x squared plus 10 squared equals 26 squared. X squared plus 100 equals, I don't have a clue, squared. 676. Subtract the 100. 576. The square root of 576. Oops, that's not right. The square root of 76 is 24. I didn't know that. Okay. And X is the radius because it's on the circle and it goes to the center, so that is the radius. JK is tangent to circle O. What is the value of X? Is 2x plus 6 an angle or side? It's an angle. Is 34 an angle or a side? It's an angle. Because we know it's tangent, then we know that this is 90 degrees. So we're talking about angles and not sides anymore. So we're going to go back to the 90 plus 2x plus 6 plus 34 equals 180. 2x plus 4130 equals 180. Subtract the 130. 2x equals 50. Divide by 2. And x is 25, and that's what we're looking for, so we're finished. ST and TU are both tangent to circle Q. If that's the case, and they meet at the same point, then both tangents are congruent to each other. So 48 is the same as x minus 1. What is the value of x? Well, we're going to add 1. And x is 49. Is UV tangent to circle T? And what have I been saying tangent is? It's when it makes a 90-degree angle. If it makes a 90-degree angle, it makes a right triangle. And how do we know if it's a right triangle? We put it into the Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared, and I want to see if it equals c squared. And c has to be the biggest side, so that would be 96 squared. And this would be, it doesn't matter which one it is. So we're going to do that real quick. I'm going to grab a calculator and put 66 squared plus 67 squared and get 8845. Then I'm going to take the 96 and I'm going to square it and I get 9215. Are these the same? No. So the UV is not tangent to circle T. PQ and QS are tangent to circle N, and since they both have Q, they are equal to each other. And there's a couple of, so if they're both tangent, these are both 90s. And this whole thing is a quadrilateral. And we've learned, it's been a while, but we did learn that a quadrilateral, their angles always add up to be 360. So if this is 90, and this is 128, and this is 90, 18, 20, 308. Bless you. If these three add up to be 308, I'm going to subtract that from 360 and get 52. And angle Q would be 52. There's a couple of different ways that we could have done this one. Let me see. It may help. Okay, so this is a right angle and this is a right angle. If I halved this, then this would be 64. And then I have something that you're more familiar with. So that would be 90 and that would be 64. And that would end up being 26 if I did the math. If that's 26, then that's 26. And then I would add them up to get the whole angle Q, which would be 52. Is PQ tangent? So does it make a right angle? I don't know. But if I took 12 squared plus 16 squared to see if it equals 20 squared, 144 plus 256, and that's 400. If I add those up, that gets you 400. That gets you 400, so yes, it's tangent. But remember, if you remember you have a 3, 4, 5, and you say, oh, I could multiply 4 by 3 and get 12. And then if I multiplied 4 by 4, or 4 by the same 4, I would get 16. And I multiplied 4 by 5 to get 20. 12, 16, 20 is just a bigger 3, 4, 5 triangle, So if I realized that it was a 3, 4, 5 triangle, I could have already said yes, basically 10 minutes ago. PQ is tangent, so that makes it a 90-degree angle, and since this is already 50, then that's going to be 40. What is the measure of angle Q? Right there, we're looking for Q. And so, let's see. Okay, so if those two are radius, or radii, then it makes an isosceles triangle. So this is both 50 and 50. And if these are both 50, 180 minus 100, because of 50 and 50 give you 80. So this angle right here is 80. And so, let's see. We have 90, and we have 80. Plus 80 is 170. And since it's a triangle, it makes 180, and 180 minus 70 is 10. So angle Q is 10. ST is tangent, so that makes a right angle. What is the radius? And the radius is right here. So we have the right triangle, and I need to know what are the legs. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I don't know a. I do know b. That is so not right. Oh. Okay, back up. Sometimes I just assume I know what's going on, and then I look at it a little bit better. Okay. This is the hypotenuse, right? Yes, it is, because this is your right angle. Well, 72 is not bigger than 96. So what's happening is 72 is just this part right here. This is your x, which is the radius. But this is your x also, which is still the radius. So your a is x squared, your b is 96, and your c is x plus 72 squared. I'm trying to think of a better way of doing it, but y'all. So x squared, 96 squared, (9216) equals x plus 72 times x plus 72. Then you're going to have to distribute x to both, 72 to both. X squared plus 9216 equals x squared plus 72 x plus 72 x plus 72 times 72 is 5184. Thankfully, the x squares cancel out, and on this side we're left with 9216. And then we have like terms, which would be 144x plus 5184. Subtract the 5184. Ooh, glad I have enough room. 9216 minus 5184 equals 4032. Divide by 144. 4032 divided by 144 is 28. X is 28. It's looking for the radius, and I said that the radius is x, so I'm finished.